Hey everyone, Nicole Smith here. I'm just hanging out at my house. It's nap time for my twins, and I could be putting away Christmas decorations, but I decided that I could make a video instead and procrastinate our Christmas tree for another day. I've just been thinking a little bit, and I wanted to share some of my thoughts with you about how you vision your life. I often will hear people make comments like, oh, you get to travel a lot? Lucky you, that must be nice. Or, oh, how nice that your husband gets to work part-time. Or, oh, that's really nice you don't have car payments. You know, things like that, like, oh, gee, wouldn't that be nice? And it's always kind of a wish. And it makes me sad because sometimes I think people forget that we are in control of how we want our lives to be. So I'm not saying for once, I mean, absolutely things happen in our lives that are beyond our control. And, you know, people lose jobs, people get sick, things happen that we can't control. However, there are so many elements of our life that we can control and we can change if we decide that it's a big enough priority that we want that change. So I want to talk to you a minute about vision. And I really want to ask all of you, what is your vision for yourself and your life? And I'm not talking about, I want a Bentley and I want a private jet and I want to have a vacation house in Hawaii. I'm not talking about the big things. I'm talking about the little things. Like when I tell someone, hey, I'm going to earn this Jamaica cruise and go on a trip to Jamaica, you'll hear people say things like, oh, wouldn't that be nice? And I'll think, well, yeah, why don't you earn it too? Like, wouldn't that really be nice? I would love to take friends with me. So think about the visions you have of the little things in your life that you think, well, gee, wouldn't that be nice? And make them a reality. So a lot of people, when they start this business, their goal is just $300 or $400 a month, which is an awesome goal and it's a very attainable goal. But that makes a huge difference for a lot of people. Like some people, paying for gymnastics for their kids is a huge burden, or not having a car payment anymore, or they would like to be able to travel. I mean, I live in Alaska where people don't leave the state for years and years and years at a time because traveling in and out of here is so expensive. And so for a lot of people, just, you know, the thing that they think, wouldn't that be nice, is maybe just a trip to visit their family who lives in California and they live in Alaska. Just, you know, small quality of life things that would really change your life. So I want you all to ask yourself, what is your vision? Is your vision not having to stress out every time you go to the grocery store and count every penny that leaves? Because I did that for years. I stressed over every cent, made sure I was getting the best deal on everything I could. I still use coupons, but it's not a stress anymore. It's not a I have to. It's a I like to save money, so I'm going to. Or is your vision, you know, I don't want to have to say my kids can only do soccer or gymnastics this year and they have to pick one. I'm going to let them do both. Like, wouldn't that be nice that you don't have to stress about it anymore? Or maybe your goal is, I want to take a family vacation, a real family vacation, or I want to take an airplane ride, or I want to take my family to the beach this next winter. You know, vacations are a great thing. They don't have to cost a fortune. They can just be something you can save $100 a month for to pay for. So figure out your vision and decide, you know, we often talk about our why, and people will say, if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not big enough. I think there's a lot of validity to that, but I'm kind of a person where, you know, I have a good life. I don't need to do something huge. It's the little things that really make the day-to-day different. I don't need to retire my spouse. I don't need to have 5 homes across the country. I don't need a private jet. You know, it doesn't have to be anything big. Think more small scale. Think, what are the day-to-day differences in my life that will really change my life? And then there's a reason I want you to figure out your vision. And I would love for you to share your visions with me in comments or share in your groups. But once you achieve those visions, or once you have those visions in mind, you're not going to give up when you're dealing with issues like, oh, I'm having a slow month. It's January and people aren't that interested in parties or sales, and I'm not having the success I was having in November, which November is like, it's raining mascara. You know, everyone's selling left and right. So when you have those rough days, you can hold on to your vision of what you want your life to be. And if you want to be a person who continues to say, wouldn't that be nice to get to go on a vacation, or wouldn't that be nice to have a car that wasn't breaking down every other day, or wouldn't that be nice to be able to afford a babysitter and get to go on a monthly or a weekly date with my husband, then you can hold on to that, and you can remember that yeah, some days I have bad days, and some days it's crummy, and some days I'm discouraged, or you know, one of my top team members left to go to another company, which is going to happen, or my top team member gave up one day because she just decided it took too much work and she didn't want to put in any effort. You know, we all have those days. We all have things like that happen. Every Black status leader out there has crummy days too. And so if you starting out at white, yellow, pink, and blue can grab onto your vision of what you want to get from this company, you're not going to let that go the first time you have a bad day. And if you are, you're choosing to let that vision go away. And you have to own that. So you have to own, are you going to make your vision happen, or are you going to let your vision just fall by the wayside? I mean, there's a lot of people who say, yeah, wouldn't that be nice to have this? But then they're not willing to put forth any work or effort for it. So I really want to encourage you, grab a hold of what your vision is for yourself and how you want your life to be. Again, this isn't about having a private yacht. This isn't about even traveling the globe. This is about small lifestyle improvements for your family, not stressing to go to the grocery store, weekly date nights, paying a babysitter so you can keep your sanity, or buying a new washer that isn't breaking, or being able to finally hire a plumber so that sink your husband keeps repairing and keeps breaking can finally be fixed once and for all. So I hope you get what I'm saying here. I'm not sure how concise I'm being, but I want you to grab a hold of these little things and hold on to them and think about them. Put them on your vision board, put them on your mirror, hang them up. So whenever you're shaken, whenever your faith in yourself and your belief that you can achieve things is shaken, hold on to that. Because I love to hear the stories people tell me of, I was able to quit my part-time job, or I was able to quit my full-time job and stay home with my kids, or I've been able to pay for Christmas this year and not have to stress out about it. Like, I could get my kids a couple presents and my husband a present for the first time in years. Stories like that make me so happy and bring me so much joy, and I love that we're in the business of helping people get what they want, and I want to help you get what you want. If you're my personally sponsored, please message me. I'm trying to call all of you. I've called a few this week, but I want to connect with each of you, help you figure out your vision, and help you get started out strong, and help you start out this year. Earn that Jamaica trip. It's such a simple thing. It's a trip you're getting handed to you for doing what you should be doing anyway as far as building your business. So if you have a goal of building your business, then you can earn this trip, and it's like a 2-for-1 deal where, you know, I built my business, I'm earning more money, and I get a free trip. Like, this is the best deal ever. So, you know, reach out to your uplines, reach out to your sponsors, talk about what your vision is for your daily life, and then talk about your long-term goals. So to me, I guess vision would be more of a short-term, like, what's your vision? What do you want to have in your life? And then the long-term goals would maybe be your why. Like, what are you really trying to get after you've achieved all the small steps? What's your bigger objective? So think about it, create a vision board, create your list of things you want to achieve, the improvements you want to see in your life. And a home-based business is such a blessing. It is such an amazing way that we can achieve these goals without leaving our kids, or without having to go to another job, or put further stress on our family. It's something we can work into our schedule and use what works for us. So thanks for listening. I hope you got something out of this. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more tips and advice, and feel free to share this with your teams. Thank you.